Good morning, folks. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I am Laura, and today, my True Crime Thursday. Well, I didn't have anything ready, but the interview last night with DW, I was like, there's no way this dude's actually going to give an interview. Not even a phone interview. There's just no way. I don't believe it. Sure enough, there really wasn't an interview because it wasn't allowed to be put out over the air. Typical DW. Typical. How many of you got kind of pulled in by that? Very typical of DW. I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't. The things that were allowed to be said was his typical pointing the fingers, blaming, and everything about him. Everything being all about him. How he, me, I. That's all we ever hear from DW and how godly he is. Oh, by the way, I deleted that comment this morning. Need to read the whole Bible before you want to come preach to me. So, I also blocked her. Because that's not the first time she's come and attacked me. That's probably about the I try not to block people. DW. Grow a set. You've been throwing everybody under the bus. You've been blaming everybody but yourself. You go on your little binges, but yet you blame it on everybody else. You say how your wife apologized to you after you hurt her. I'm sorry. You should have been apologizing to her. Honestly, I would not have taken you back. But, you know, I've been the fool to put up with an abusive situation for many years, way too long. Until I grew a backbone. This whole narcissistic way of his, and I'm sorry, he is 100% blaming everybody but himself. The stupid posts he's putting, and I'm sorry, they have court today. We have to wonder what exactly is going on. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the minutes down here. We have to wonder what exactly is going on at court today. Are we going to hear some big news? DW claims that he cannot he doesn't know if he can speak. This is his way out of not giving an interview. He wants to probably sit down and rehearse what he's going to say because he knows he's going to get his brain picked and he knows he's going to slip up if he goes face to face with this person that knows what he's doing. And I don't think he knows if he can handle being face to face with Chris. So I bet he's going to say, I'm not allowed to speak to you because I have a feeling his attorney's going to tell him no, or he's going to say his attorney told him no. And speaking of this interview today, or this what is it? They have court today. Is it about the children, or is it something else? It's intriguing. And they also spoke about it on and yes, I have my coffee this morning. Or has it something to do with the case? So it's kind of up in the air. Nobody's saying what kind of court. Just that there is court today. And it doesn't really say court. It does say court. They have to be into court, is what they said. I'm pretty sure, guys. Don't come at me if I worded that wrong, but they have to be in. I was pretty sure that's what they said, but don't come at me if I worded that wrong. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? I got up, took a shower. Anyhow, back to what I'm trying to say. So there's something going on today, and I'm curious as to find out what's going on. Are they about to maybe pull them in for serious questioning? Are they going to make an arrest today? Have they found something? Has AccuSearch? Because they quietly left. I searched all over for information about, have they found anything? What exactly did they leave? Because we know that Dave was going to stay one more day, and he didn't know if he was going to have somebody else, because he had a place that he wanted to search. Well, I guess more than one that he wanted to search that was kind of bothering him. And that was Monday. This is Wednesday. And so let's back up to what happened. Last week, they removed the children. AccuSearch searched this weekend. Dave stayed for one more day, at least. They had juvenile court on Tuesday. Today is Thursday. Today's Thursday. And they have regular court today. So, I'm wondering if they found something, because I cannot find anything on. If anybody's seen anything, let me know kind of where you saw it. On AccuSearch's leaving on Sunday, but on Monday or Tuesday, if there's anything about that. Because I didn't see anything on where Dave said that he had searched on Monday or Tuesday and he's now leaving. So there's nothing about that, which kind of makes me feel suspicious as to if maybe something was found and they have all just kept it quiet. And is that why Coop has said we are going to go ahead and hand this over to the sheriff, the sheriff department now. So, as for why the children were removed, think about this. A lot of speculation, a lot of arguments going on. First of all, what the news people aren't remembering is that CPS has been involved in their lives for a long time. They were about to remove the children. They were coming back like a couple days after the little girl came up missing to begin with. They were given a couple days to get that house cleaned up, and they were coming back. And then she came up missing, so that slowed down their process. But now they've removed them out, and DW is blaming everybody and everything. He's not saying, it's because of our house. No, they're not going to say that. He's going to blame everybody and everything. He's not going to say, well, they were already here because of our living conditions. He's not going to say that. He's going to go and say, oh, well, I've got something else to blame now. We're not going to blame our lifestyle or our living conditions. And, well, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say anything against their living conditions. I do believe that that is their own privacy. I'm not going to bash them because drinking is not an excuse to live like that. If it was depression, that's one thing. But yet we do know that DW apparently has a huge drinking problem. But yet he throws his wife under the bus for it. But he publicly tells everybody about his drinking binges. So don't blame your wife about the drinking issues when you yourself get the same way. And the ex-friend just absolutely adores DW, but throws her ex-friend under the bus, his wife, under the bus for the same thing. You know, just saying. So anyways, I could see that I have, like, I don't know what the numbers are. I can see an extra number over here. So I know I've hit the at least 10 minutes. Okay, so we have that. I'm not going to make this a huge, long video. In Chris's video that he showed walking along and then driving along, seeing that extra shed, and if you guys haven't watched my other videos where I do the spirit, it's not a spirit box, I have the Miracle Box by Steve Huff. She says shed a lot. These little shed houses that people put up, it's typical of people who don't have a lot of money. That's what they build. I'm sorry, if I ever get my piece of property, I will have a she shanty. It's going to be a small, basic structure is what my house is going to be, or a shed house is what they call them. I'm not going to go out and buy one of them silly Amish sheds that cost almost as much as a regular house. I'm probably going to do a stick build, which is what these shed houses are. They're a stick build. That's what they term these houses that you build out of, you know, whatever. But so he's showing this shed structure, okay? And when you think about how easily somebody could have gotten her off that hill, if they could have. But in just a couple of minutes, a few minutes, I still don't see it. I still don't see it. Without a scent, without a sound, without anything, unless she knew her person. She had to have known them or had been unconscious. So, did they take the boys for just because of the condition of the house, or did they take them so that they could be going through counseling, which through counseling they can find out so much about the boys' life, about what they know, question them on that day, and question them properly and safely so that the boys feel comfortable and without the fear of, you've all seen that video where he was literally pulling on the boy and that hand grabbing on the shoulder like this. I'm sorry. I've seen that in red flags. That is a control. That is a control. That is not a consoling action. That is a control. Consoling does not do this. This is consoling. A hug. So are the boys safer where they are? Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're safer where they are. Are they now in a living situation that they can feel more at ease, more structured? Yeah, probably. So this is where I'm hoping that maybe so to speak, the light can shine down, depending on what comes out of this whole situation. And nothing can be done until they're done with this whole process. I think today is going to be enlightening, so I'm going to leave it there. That interview was typical DW. Typical DW. I was like, there's no way DW let himself be interviewed by Chris. No way. Because Chris would definitely pick him apart. And then I knew he would blame, and I, me. Typical DW. Typical. And there's a couple little key points that I wanted to bring up. And that is, first of all, Grandma's gone, but yet, I know people are like, oh, but the windows are open now and they weren't open then. And I'm sure that they have the key to the camper to go check things out, and opening the windows and letting the heat in and out, you know, cool it off, that kind of thing. I know if I was leaving something behind like that, even my car, I would leave somebody the keys to let the heat in and out. So I'm not going to read into any more than that there with the camper, but is it possible that there's other people living there? Yes. Is it possible that Grandma just did not want to be in the limelight no more, and she really is there and they've just hidden her truck away somewhere? Could be. I could see that, but to me it would be more sensible. I don't want to be in the limelight. I want to be out of here, get permission to leave if she could leave, or something like that. That would be more feasible, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. So it could be a possibility. That has happened also. And she's just staying in her camper, out of sight, out of mind, tucked her truck away, and just said, oh, she left for whatever reason, family, whatever, medical, whatever they're saying. That could possibly be. The other thing that caught my attention was DW's claim about the whole incident, because there's so much questions about this whole thing of the 911 call. Now he claims that he had the little red car and he sped home really, really fast, so fast that when he come to turns, the car was trying to roll over. And it took him like 40 minutes to get home. And he got there before the police even did, and that upset him. If a missing 911 call goes in on a child, those police show up. They're right there. They're not that far from the police department. Do I find that story credible? Oh, nope, I'm sorry. So he's claiming that's why there was another, supposedly, from what I'm assuming, because this is just my assumption, that is why he's saying he called 911. I'd like to know if there was 2 calls to 911, first of all. Did CW call, and then did DW call? That's my first question. So that leaves us to wonder, did he just open his mouth and insert foot? I believe he did. Now I'm starting to wonder, was he at home that day or even that afternoon? Was he not at work all day? Is that why she did not want to take H to the house with her? Just a thought. Just a thought. So, anyhow, I wanted to add this on because I almost forgot it. Couple points. And then there's another thing that I want to say. You will never see me ask for money on this channel. If I do a live, of course, the little buttons are going to come up to donate, and nobody ever has to, but I never go live. And I don't ask for money. There's another channel that's now asking for money whenever they go live, or go even put out a video. You can donate down below. No. And there's a couple channels that are talking about this case, and the one channel, up until this case, they have never talked about anything like this before. I love true crime. I've covered a couple other cases, but because I have to be so careful with how I word things, and I've learned over the last couple months how to do things, and I'm just getting into this, learning the YouTube part of it and learning the legality part of it, how I have to handle things. So, anyways, there's one that they both have gotten so overly involved into this case that it is disturbing. One of them actually lives in that area, and he has gotten so aggravated and agitated on his videos. I finally and he's gone to name calling and everything, and I finally just unsubscribed. I'm sorry. That needs to stop. Another one is one that I've watched for a long time, and it's only when she talks about this case, she's nothing like she normally is. It's like this case has taken people beyond their normal and overboard. So everybody, I just wanted to touch on those things, and then I'm going to edit this video and get it up. And I'm sorry it turned out to be so long, but love you all. Talk to you guys in the comments below. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Stay cool if you're dealing with this heat like I am. And this weekend, watch for some awesome videos. I'll talk to all you guys later. Bye, guys.